Tonight's hot topic is inspired by a post going around from Blabbermouth today as we film this, where Dave Mustaine, right, same band, but anyway, Dave Mustaine, not anymore, no, was claiming to be the one that invented thrash, and as such should certainly be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at some point. Dennis, do you want to give us your opening thoughts on this, seeing as you're the mega Dave fanboy?
I do think that he probably had the biggest hand in helping invent thrash as we know it. And it certainly doesn't help Dave's ego when all of the old thrash bands from the beginning, like Anthrax, fucking Slayer and Exodus, Overkill, all of them claim that Dave Mustaine did indeed invent thrash. Me and Jimmy were arguing about this earlier today. He was saying Phil Taylor from Motorhead invented...
Filthy Phil
invented, double kick drum kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the way it's used in speed metal, thrash metal.
Yeah.
But the double kick drum goes back to 1939. I did my research.
Yeah.
But,
for once.
that's only one aspect. Like there's many aspects of thrash. So you got the double kick drumming, which Filthy Phil did in, 79?
79.
But then you got the new wave of British heavy metal music, which was a big influence on thrash, like Diamond Head, Budgie, bands like that, even Motorhead and Saxon, Priest, all that old stuff, the new wave of British heavy metal that was influencing that music. But it wasn't until Dave Mustaine combined all of those elements with punk music, the aggressive, speed of punk, that it became thrash. So, yeah, I think that Dave definitely had the biggest hand in inventing it. But, yeah, doesn't help his ego that all these people are also saying that, yes, he was the man that did it.
Well, you know how you were saying about on that first album, how he wrote those songs?
On Kill 'Em All.
Were they solely him?
Yeah.
So he had all the parts he wrote?
I'm pretty sure it was that way, but, Lars and Hetfield like to put their name on everything. But he even had writing credits on Ride the Lightning as well.
Yeah, that's right, he did too.
Yeah.
He did too. Yeah, well, see, I was sort of thinking about Filthy Phil. And 1979 Overkill was the first time that, the double bass in that, like you're saying, that speed started it. And, I've always sort of thought, I get exactly what you're saying. The drums aren't...
But that's only one aspect. There's the guitars, there's,
Yeah. But back then, when those bands all started, it was, all that. Yeah. And now thrash is different because
it's evolved.
There's groove and all that in it as well. And you can go slow and fast and whatever. But back then it was all fast or nothing at all. Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm coming from with it. But yeah, look, Dave, obviously Dave.
But you've also got people, thrash metal legends as well, like Gary Holt, whatever else. I'm not sure which one said it exactly, but a few of them said that the first thrash metal song ever was Stone Cold Crazy by Queen. Because it's got... There's also people who say Symptom of the Universe by Black Sabbath had a thrash... kind of thrashy bits, but they're only aspects. I think Dave Mustaine...
He brought it all together.
Was the person who brought it all together and did it first.
I get what you're saying. I know where you're coming from.
Plus, back then, no one really called it thrash anyway. It was called speed metal.
Yeah, speed metal.
But then there's a whole argument about the first speed metal band and who invented that. Except it's argued that Stone Cold Crazy is also a speed metal song. There's also Riot's Warrior, but some people call that a power metal song. There's Fast as a Shark by Accept. People call that the first speed metal or thrash metal song. But
where does Venom, that shit band Venom... Where do they come into this?
I think, again, they had the aspects of it, like the aggression and fury, but it was just too shit to be thrash. They were more. I'd say Venom played with black metal more than they did with thrash.
Yeah, they probably had a bit to do with black metal, didn't they, really?
Yeah.
I suppose. Venom? What do you reckon?
Me? Well, I'm just deferring to you two guys tonight. See, I get what everyone's saying, but at the same time, I think it's a bit hard for Dave to claim complete credit for it. Just sticking to the original
not
topic.
Complete credit, but he probably had the biggest part in doing it all.
But the thing is that when he did that, he was a member of Metallica. So to say that Hetfield and Lars with him didn't influence it in some way, shape or form... And this is also from Dave because the whole point was being made about how he felt he was cut out of the Metallica being entered into the Hall of Fame when Metallica made the rule themselves that it was only people who were on the records.
Yeah. But I want to say, and I'm probably going to bin them later on, Blabbermouth. fucking pathetic excuse for a fucking website, right?
They're always good for social media posts.
They released this fucking whole interview and bullshit today, and with a headline that obviously slams Dave.
Yeah.
Last year, that other article I showed you last year, which is pretty much the exact same article where Scott Ian from Anthrax says that Dave Mustaine did invent it, and you get an interview with Mustaine from last year's interview, and he's a lot nicer about it and not so much egotistical about it, but Blabbermouth for some reason asked him again a year after, and obviously he's gotten some more ego about it, but yeah.
Blabbermouth just likes to start fights.
Yeah, but that's why it's good to share on social media for a bit of fun for us. I don't take what they do seriously. It's just a bit of fun for us to generate some conversation, that's all.
The thing with Blabbermouth, from my perspective, is...
turning into a hot topic on Blabbermouth now.
Well, see, I've been on the Blabbermouth page for years and years and years, and they changed it a few years ago to where you identify yourself if you make a comment. Whereas back on the old Blabbermouth page, it was all anonymous. And everyone just used to slam the shit out of each other, and no one gave a shit because you couldn't identify who it was.
Yeah.
And now
I miss how anonymous the internet used to be.
Yeah, now you've got to identify yourself, so you can't really say what you want to say sometimes.
Well, we're getting off topic.
Sorry.
Greatly. So we're going to wrap up this topic and give us your thoughts on, I guess, Dave Mustaine creating Thrash or not. Was he the one that finally put the nail down and the flag in the ground and created Thrash?
The Thor. He was the Thor.
The Thor.
Of Thrash.
The hammer. Fuck. On that note, give us your thoughts.
He's Thrash Jesus.
Thrash Jesus,
The fuck?
Well, the hammer. He laid the hammer down. Thor and the mighty hammer.
Fucking Manowar fanboy over here. Fucking.
Yes.
Yeah, can that be the next hot topic? Why is
Manowar so shit?
What is the worst band in the world, and why is it Manowar? Fuck, I actually put them on Spotify that day I made that post.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I listened to about an hour and then I just got fucking fed up with it. I was like, no, I cannot do this. I need metal in my life, just like an eagle needs to fly. What the fuck?
Terrible lyrics, man.
Oh, yes. Fucking oath. They're hilarious. I laugh.
But the thing is, right, if they were a piss take band, I'd get it. But they take themselves seriously.
Oh, fucking oath. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
But someone said they're like the Steel Panther of like in what they do, and I was like, "Fuck, that actually makes a lot of sense."
No, but Steel Panther don't take themselves. They know it's a parody.
No, but I'm thinking Manowar maybe started off as a parody.
Yeah, they may well have.
Because I've always, even back when I first heard of Manowar, when I first saw the fucking photos of them, when I first saw the album cover, when I first heard some of their music, I was like, "This has to be a piss take, like Spinal Tap, right?" I honestly thought they were a parody like Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
But when someone mentioned that Steel Panther, it makes more sense that they're like a Steel Panther parody as opposed to a Spinal, because Spinal Tap was a complete joke.
Yeah.
But again, so Manowar.
So Steel Panther. Oh. They're all talented. It's nothing to do with their talent.
All right, Inglorious. Let's do it, eh?
Kiss have become a parody band.
Yes, they have. They have. 3.
Wait till Gene Simmons starts to sue the Kardashians.
Oh, yeah. 3.
Who wants to go first on this one?
I'll go first.
All right.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Fuck.
3, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Inglorious 2 is the album. 12 tracks, 40...